Yes, President Duffy, how did you know I would have comments on this? Um, I first want to thank y'all for agendizing this item. I know it's not fun to talk about things that aren't going well for BART, but I really appreciate giving the public a chance to weigh in and a chance for this board to discuss weekend service. I'm hearing, Director Simon make comments about this. I'm getting blown up on Twitter all the time about weekend service, particularly from SFO. So, dealing with this head on is great. I also know that Bob, our general manager, you're going to be at 24th Street Station this Sunday to discuss this issue directly with our riders.
I am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I really, really appreciate that. Appreciate that you recognize this as an issue and that this agency is holding itself accountable to our riders and the public at large. That is all extremely important. So my comments, 20-minute headways on Sundays isn't great. And I didn't think they were great before. So, 24-minute headways is less than not great in my mind. That said, I know this is critical work we have to do. This was work that was voter supported through Measure RR. But the numbers show that we have tanking weekend ridership, and I strongly believe that our inability to provide decent service on weekends has really affected rider trust in our system and has broader ridership impacts. So I'm just going to really repeat 2 points I've made in the past. So this is nothing new. The first thing is, at a bare minimum, we have to have consistency. So I'm excited about this effort. John, you talked about how inconsistency has broken trust with our riders. I agree, and we need to fix that. I'm hopeful that starting in a few months, we can have accurate arrival times and consistently 24-minute headways. It's an improvement. And my last point is that we really need to look at what sorts of discounts we can give to our riders on weekends. And when I floated this idea, when I talked about this a few months ago, there seemed to be a lot of support from my fellow directors. And this goes back to what I said earlier today regarding Next Generation Clipper. I'm frustrated that we have to wait until 2022 until an account-based system is in to be able to consider special fare programs like this. And honestly, the only reason I got from MTC staff earlier was it's hard to explain, but our current system is very complicated. I get that it's complicated. I would continue to urge BART to work with MTC to see whether there's any relief, discounts, or otherwise we can provide. And I encourage BART staff to really think about any programmatic efforts and any other fare ideas you have to implement in the immediate term to incentivize weekend riders and thank those who are sticking with us through the hard times. I'm a Warriors fan, and it's a little bit like the Warriors right now. There's some bandwagon fans, and they sort of rolled off, and there are still folks who are watching every single game. It's not easy to watch, and we need to give back to those who are still sticking with us. I feel like that with our BART weekend riders. So I hope that we can really support these slight tweaks with transit ops with some programmatic ideas. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.